what's the importance of self-awareness, and how should Gen Z think about that to really get to see that how self-awareness becomes a good tool for both themselves and also others, especially when they start leading teams.
Yeah, this is such a good point that you bring up. Self-awareness is probably the starting point for all of this, is understanding oneself. If you have too much of a focus on self and you have a worldview that says the way I see the world is the best way to see the world, what that will do is it'll impede your ability to do what we'll call understanding your audience. What are your needs? What are other people's needs in organizations? The way to become influential is to try to understand. I think I said this earlier, get into the minds of the people or the audiences that you're influencing. And that's by understanding what are the things that they need, what are their wants and desires, what messages resonate with them. So back to your point about data, if there's somebody that I work with that's particularly data driven, you'll want to make sure the case you make has data in it, right? You'll need to accommodate. It's not what I want, it's what that other person needs to enable this decision or enable this piece of information to be appropriately understood. So self-awareness comes to the point where I understand who I am, but I'm also willing to understand who other people are, because that's that's the essence, I think, really at the core, which you hit on, of influence is influencing. We tend to think is about us. I'm going to be influential. That's ideal, but it's really predicated on understanding what others need first, so that I can adapt my messages to that. I mean, think about it in an instance where you've got a message that resonated with you versus one that didn't.
Ah,
When a message resonates with you, whether it's information or data or a story, you almost feel like that person is talking to me. Like they're hitting on all the things that are relevant to me. And that's so critical. If people inadvertently get stuck in, I need to tell you what's important to me first. I'm not suggesting you never say that, but you miss the opportunity to really understand what the other or others need, and craft your message accordingly. And in anything on influence and persuasion, especially on visual or persuasion by data or the written word in any form or fashion, it all starts with really understanding what your audience's needs are.